Welcome to NBA Top Shot Weekly. This is a very special episode, a crossover episode. I am Alex Kennedy, joined as always by Oliver Maroney. Another reason this special episode, we have so many things to give away today. Three different packs. This is going to be so much fun. 3 packs to give away, 2 All-Star moments, LaMelo NFTs. This is going to be a blast. Oliver, do you want to do? I'll give you the honors of introducing our amazing guests.
Absolutely. Well, we've got two guys I've followed since I began this Top Shot journey. PlungeFather and Chugs and Bugs. I'm sorry. I struggle with it sometimes, but both these guys know their Top Shot inside and out. They have been here since day one for myself when I follow along on Twitter, get news and insight and information. But both these guys, like, I really do want to say, like, not only is the swag on 1000 right now with the attire and the matching gear and the whole thing, it is, I'm starting to get a little jealous. I was jealous when you popped your video camera on when you first jumped into the stream. And now I am very jealous that both of you are wearing this very official looking Cool Cats stuff. And yeah. There you go. PlungeFather and Chugs and Bugs. Go ahead and, tell the people who you guys are if they don't know.
Friends.
But
yeah,
Take
so
it away,
I assume everybody knows who I am at this point. If you don't, hey, I'm PlungeFather. My name in real life is Pete, but I go by PlungeFather on Twitter. And dude, are Cool Cats having a moment? I feel like
I think we're having a pawsome time right now.
I think we're having a pawsome time.
On that note, we got to end the show. It's been fun.
Should we just start with Cool Cats? Because I feel like that is going to be a recurring theme every week now in Top Shot land, specifically because, for me, it is definitely going to be a recurring theme because I'm always going to kick myself and say, why didn't I just buy the Luka to complete the Cool Cat set? I was a believer that Top Shot was going to do something for the Master Cool Cats Challenge. I did not think it was going to be as rewarding as it ended up being, and as it turns out it is, especially with today's Holo Drop news. 7,500 is the collector score you need for that. That's a fairly high number for most people. And really anybody who's completed the Cool Cats Master Challenge now has something to throw in our faces and say, hey, haha, I knew there was going to be something down the line. So for me personally, and Plunge, we talked about this before the show a little bit. I was very close to pulling the trigger on the Luka. I felt like there was going to be something. I saw that tweet a few hours before, and I was like, what could it possibly be? This and that.
What is it going to be?
Well, yeah. I will be fair and very honest about this. I was a little disappointed there wasn't more transparency around what was going on. I do think that it left me in the dark, and it did make my decision much more difficult to figure out what I was going to do.
You guys should have seen him in our group chat. He was all over the place, trying to decide
do I do
what
this?
to do.
Do I do this? Do I buy this? Do I sell this? What do I do to get the Luka? Or do I do the Luka? Is it even worth it? Like, I don't know.
It seems like it's kind of worth it. Like, I don't want to say that explicitly and be like, hey, you guys are dumb for not doing it. But like it kind of seems like it was worth it.
It was definitely worth it.
There are varying levels of this, right? So like, the cost to complete this was very high for some people. I think Greg Murray ran the numbers, and I've mentioned this a couple times now. For the people that completed it, there were only 100 of them that had like a greater than $5,000 or so bag that they're holding for all of the moments up to that point. That's not included. That's of the 29 moments that you needed to complete the Master Challenge. That does not include a lot of people that decided to use their big brains, their galaxy brains, to try and buy 10 and 20 and 30 of these things and lost money on those, like you trying to flip them. But for the 29 core 29 that you needed, there was only like 100 of the 3,000 or so people that finished it that held a bag over $5,000. Most of us, I think the median number was somewhere in like the $2,900, $3,000 range. And many of us got really lucky in Cool Cats 1, which was a huge portion of the expense, for finishing the challenges naturally, right? Like organically. A couple of us, or a handful of us, lucked out and got 2 packs in that drop, which significantly reduced the cost that was needed to complete Luca. So Luca being the biggest component of the Cool Cats challenge, if you needed to buy that because you didn't finish that challenge, like when and where you bought the Luca basically sort of decide, or like gives you your flavor on whether or not you care and like and think that where we're at now is worth it. Because if you bought it when it was $7,000 or $8,000 or $10,000, like there's not a whole hell of a lot Top Shot can do to like make you happy. and that's
sure.
Okay. But if you bought it at 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000, things start to get closer and closer there. So certainly with the news today with the Holo Icon drop, for anybody that missed it, there was a blog that came out a couple hours ago outlining the Holo Icon drop that's coming on the 17th, which is a week from today. So we'll have that Holo Icon drop. I'm assuming if we're going to do the plunge-in stream, we'll be cracking some Holo Icon packs. Hopefully a handful of us, maybe myself, we'll get that. And they announced that the collector score for that is going to be 7,500 with some adjustments to the bonuses within the collector score, which were really interesting. So Alex, Oliver, did you get it, or Chugs, did you guys get a chance to like read the blog and really digest what that means?
Go ahead, Chugs.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, actually. Like they kind of reconfigured the table a little bit in terms of net spend. And so I think the max before was 4,000. They made the max bonus now 5,000, depending on how much money you net spent. To get the 5,000 marketplace bonus, for context, you needed to net spend of $10,000 or more. For, I guess somebody, a more accessible bonus, I would say, let's say $0 to $1,000. If you spent $999.99, your bonus was $1,700. It looks like it went up $200 per $300 or so. Like it just laddered itself up all the way to 10,000. So I mean, putting it in context, like I started in mid-January, and I've put a decent amount of money to work in my collection, and my non-bonus score is 3,900. Without the Cool Cats bonus, I would have been at like 8,000 maybe. And that's not to sound like braggadocious or something, but like that's being in this for several months and like really kind of building out a fairly sizable collection. So that's just a short way or a long way of saying they want this holo pack to go to, I don't want to say true collectors, but ones that have been here for a while, or if they haven't been here for a while, they've really come in and like really, really gotten involved.
That was what I was going to say. That was what impressed me, because we've been talking on this, show for weeks, months now, actually, about how, we want them to reward the true collectors, the people that have been diehards and, putting a bunch of money in this, or people who were here early. So Oliver, I know it's frustrating for you, seeing kind of what they did with the Cool Cat stuff and not being able to get in on that and not really knowing what to do. For some people that maybe don't have a high enough collector score, they're frustrated right now. But I do think, especially people that were there from the start, you've been through so many ups and downs. So rewarding them with something like this does make sense. Now I'm not eligible, I will say that. So I'm not even saying this like, oh, this is great because it rewards me. That's not the case. I'm not eligible, but I do like that they're rewarding the people that have put the most money and time into this. I think that's really smart. Oliver, one thing that I will say, and this is something that Oliver and I were talking about off air, was that it's crazy to me that Oliver, for example, has a lower collector score than I do. And the main reason why is because Oliver tends to sell certain moments and then go in on other moments. You get excited about new moments when they come out. So you're constantly changing your collection. You go after different things. You did a lot of the challenges, but then you ended up selling them because you got excited about another moment and you wanted to get in on it and get that new moment. So, I think that's the difference between you and I, from the very beginning of this, have said that I'm a long-term holder. I don't want to flip a bunch of moments. I basically just want to see what happens long-term. I don't think you're flipping things. I think you just get excited about so many moments that you're like, okay, I can sell these 3 to get that, and you make it happen. But how do you feel about the collector score and how they kind of come up with the number for each individual?
Yeah, I mean, the thing to me, I really appreciate that they have started. I think all of us here have the same sentiment. We very much appreciate that they have included a collector score into this entire conversation. Now, with that being said, I think the holo drop is correct in 7,500. I think that's a reasonable ask of collectors to get to if they want to be able to get a holo drop, because they are valuable. They're the most positive EV pack out there by a long shot. And lo and behold, if you get a number 1 holo, it's worth, a lot more than a common number 1. You can go down the list of different.
It's like 6 or 7, right, Chugs? Like of all the like on average. I know obviously the LeBrons and the superstars skew things pretty heavily, but it's
You're
like 7. Yeah, legendary number ones.
Yeah, the median sale, it's something like, you're looking at least $6-7 grand, depending on the quality of the player, right? Like if you got like and I haven't, don't quote me on this, but like if you pulled a quality player like a Devin Booker or something, I would think you'd get over 10 for it easy.
Yeah,
that probably more than that, obviously. But if you just got some rando, I'd say you get over $5 grand for it, or at least push for that. But
definitely. Yeah. And so I think it's smart of them to do this whole collector score thing. I just think that, and I've told Jacob this, it's not unknown. I'm not afraid to come out and say my collector score is not great at all. It was higher like 3-4 weeks ago.
Gotta get that up, man.
I know. I mean, well, here's the thing. We're in the same Discord. We're in the same Discords, Plunge. I'm seeing people buy $2 moments and $3 moments, and I'm just like, I'm loading up on scrubs, fun times, like whatever. I can't do that. I can't do it.
It's grating. I'm with you there. And I think some of the things that they sort of are juicing with the bonuses are really interesting. And they're actually kind of incentivizing different ways to collect, which I think is cool.
Sure.
So I thought the really interesting one was like for the completionist, right? So you pick everybody on a given team. If you collect a moment from every single player on a given team, and I can't share the specific details because it's all behind the Own the Moment Discord Mission Control Center. But Justin put together some like, here's the cheapest cost to complete teams. Like overall, it was awesome. I saw the grid for it. So I think I won't share the full grid, but I'm pretty sure the Chicago Bulls. That's my the Chicago Bulls. I think it's the cheapest of any. Like, here's how you get it.
And don't you want to hold those guys? I want that roster for sure.
But all these top shot. So remember when we talk about badges? Like, it seems like forever ago that they actually put badges on these things, and they said, and everybody was like, these blue badges, these top shot debuts, they matter, right? They matter. Well, guess what? They matter for all of these random players that only have a single moment now, because they're the ones that are going to go and shoot up, because all these people are trying to collect that random ass moment, right? Like I don't know, Sadiq Bey, or like, pick a random person that only has one top shot moment, is very only likely to have one top shot moment probably ever. Like all of those, it was so funny.
Sean McDermott.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, Kira Luke Jr. shot up like double his price today.
It's crazy. So anyway, it's really interesting. I think they're on the right track. I thought the announcement of the price point. So actually, let me phrase it as a question to you, Alex and Oliver. Obviously, it sounds like you both don't currently have the collector score necessary to get into the premium drop in a week. So question number 1, are you planning to try?
Alex, you can go first. Go ahead.
I'm to be honest with you, I haven't decided yet. It's something that Oliver and I were discussing earlier. I do want to look at what it would cost and see, what it would look like. But because I'll be honest, I'm not super close either. I think it would take a bit. So I'm conflicted. I'm very tempted. Don't get me wrong, but I want to see what it would cost and everything.
And that's a real decision that people have to make. And thinking back, and I forget if it was Oliver or Alex said earlier, the airline score concept, right? That the airline miles, and maybe it was in our previous chat. I don't know what it was. Yeah, like when I talked about this it was either on Club Top Shot or in one of my other streams with Jacob, whatever it was, like airlines and all these different loyalty programs, they use incentives like this all the time, and they gate things off of spend all the time, and they gate things off of activity all the time.
Yeah.
And it's okay that not everybody gets to sit in first class. And it's okay that not everybody gets the Diamond Lounge free drinks. And it's okay that like, if you're going to the airport and you want to take part in that, you might have to spend a little money to get into the door.
I'm so glad you said
okay. Like it's okay.
Totally okay.
You can be fine sitting at the gate, but like for some people, they need to be in the Diamond Lounge and drinking their cucumber water, and that's okay. Like you don't.
I'm glad you said that, because when we had Jacob on the show, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were talking about that, and there were a number of things that he was discussing and saying we could do this, but you'd have a lot of people upset. And I'm glad that they're kind of realizing, and I think they've known this for a while, but you're never going to be able to make everyone happy. There's going to be people that are frustrated because, oh, my collector score was so close, but I didn't get in. I think they just have to, I hate to say it, but those people are going to exist no matter what. So I think you have to just kind of deal with those people and realize that you're going to get some, tweets from people like that. You're going to get some emails and people are going to be frustrated. But at the end of the day, it's what you have to do in order to continue to grow and again, take care of some of the people that have been doing this for so long. So I'm totally fine the fact that my score isn't high enough. I am tempted to get there. And that's the thing too. I think it also encourages people to go, be active again. We've been talking on this show for a while about how things have been very different in, the last, 4 months since February, whenever we saw the marketplace was going crazy and stuff like that. Maybe this does encourage people to go buy more moments and become more active, and it helps the market a little bit. I don't know. Oliver, are you planning on getting your score up to high enough?
No, I have no plans to get any higher than what I am at. And like I said, everybody has their own way of doing things. That's what I love about Top Shot. I've said this from day one. You can be the biggest collector of Ish Smith moments. You can be, a collector of a bunch of moments. You can buy and sell and trade moments. You can, however you want to collect. I'm not here to tell you how to collect. I think everybody should have their own ways of collecting. And it's not even, like I said, I'm like at peace. Like I'm not going to be one of those people on the Top Shot Discord channel saying I'm 500 collector score away. Screw this, whatever.
Right.
But I will say, as someone with a top 1.3%-ish account in value, it is a little bit disappointing to see people that are way below me that just bought a bunch of, 40K moments, and now they're eligible for a holo drop over me. And so I don't know. And this is what I've been going through my head. Plunge and Chugs, please help me out with this, because I've been trying to create an idea around how you can make this more amicable. And maybe there isn't a way, but it is, to me, a little bit frustrating to see people just be like, oh, I'm just going to buy a bunch of scrubs for $2. I'm eligible for a holo drop that's discounted. And, I'm not. And I'm okay with that. I could do the same sort of concept. I don't want to. I have no interest in doing that. And I'll leave it to people who want to game the system to game the system. You're always going to have people do that. But I would love to hear some answers around it, because for me, it's like for instance, right now I'm sitting on like 8 S2 MGLEs that I paid $250 to $400 for. So, just that alone, I could easily flip half those moments, buy into a bunch of 40Ks and be totally fine. Yeah. But instead I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't want that. I've got some S1 first moments that are, $300, $400, $500. I like that. So I just wish the one thing I am curious on is that sort of concept, right? Plunge, and 2-prong question that, and you talked about the badges. The badges are almost devalued in this scenario right now, except for those one-off situations that you're talking about.
Right.
Because,
because most of them are rookie related, right? So like,
bingo.
Until they say something like, hey, collecting rookies matters, which I don't think they will, because there's some premium to it. But with the Top Shot debuts as being like, oh, hey, these people are on teams where you need to complete that thing. It's not just that it's their first moment. It happens. Maybe it's a happy coincidence that happens to be why this debut thing is valued in this scenario. But I'll counter kind of the thought process you're making and go back to the airline example again, right? There are people that are willing to just pay for the Diamond membership out of pocket. There are other people that have to grind it out, and they go and they extend segments, and they take like extra trips at the end of the year to fly to Johannesburg and back through Atlanta and going to Seattle and wherever, so that they can like hit and level up. right? So
Yeah.
it is a game, right? Leveling up. And I think that they're really trying to sort of, solve for that in some way. And to your point earlier, and I think it's a really good one, you're never going to be able to solve it for everyone, but it does make it sort of fun, right? How do I approach this? Am I willing to do this? If it's not just a financial math problem, which in some cases it is, like there are different ways to approach it, it becomes more interesting.
For
and
sure.
it is okay that that some people can't fight their way to spend hundreds to thousands of dollars more to have an opportunity to spend another $200.
That's what I told Oliver
okay.
earlier. I said
It's okay.
literally
Absolutely okay.
when I talked to Oliver earlier, I said the exact same thing. I'm like, it's kind of tough for me, like just full transparency. I was like convincing my wife, hey, I need to spend this much money so I can spend $240 on, that's hard. That's a hard sell sometimes. So I thought the exact same thing.
You just got to book more flights, man. You just got to book a couple more flights, get that score up. But I mean, sometimes that's all it has to be. Like, there's no more logical next explanation for it. Like, at a certain point, you have to just say, here's the line. Either get on this side of it or that side of it, and that's it. I do think, though, kind of, thinking about the way you sort of play Top Shot, Oliver, I do think that it would be kind of a clever evolution of collector score if they did find a way to sort of value, I don't know if value is the word, but sort of recognize those who chase challenges or do a certain thing that maybe they're not holding the whole set at the end of it, but like they've actually earned, like a big thing I've always been a proponent of, and we had Alan had him in the plunge in 2 months ago maybe, and I asked him about having some sort of distinction between whether you earned a reward or you just went out and bought it, and kind of dodged the question a little bit, wasn't really able to get too detailed on it. But like, to me, that should matter. Like, if you earned something, but then say you punted the parts or whatever because you wanted to move on to the next thing, the fact that you earned that reward, I feel like should carry a significant amount of weight. Yeah,
I mean,
versus
you're
just
going
going
through the process. I think, to your point, like the Cool Cats, they rewarded in some capacity, right? And I'm not trying to use this as the main example, but like, if you look at my account right now, I'm literally just pulled it up and I'm looking at my challenges. I did 7 challenges. The only plus
that's
a real one, so to say.
That's where I agree. That's why I was like, how is his score lower than mine?
Yeah. The issue becomes every single one of these is minus EV for me. So, I mean, other than Hustle and Show, every single one was minus EV. And 3 of them were massive minus EV gross, sort of.
Seeing stars.
Seeing stars.
No. I'll actually use this example to begin with. Cool Cats Anthony Davis challenge.
Yeah.
Every single one. You want to know the?
Did you do the gift?
I didn't do the
gift that keeps on giving.
But the Cool Cats challenge too. I look at it. I hold all the moments from Cool Cats challenge 2 still, because 2 reasons. One, it reminds me challenges are not going to always be positive EV. It is a great reminder. Secondly, it is something. It's like a sense of pride to be like, yeah, I did this, even though
that out.
Yeah, cherish the dirt. We talk about this all the time. Chugs has the best quotable things. Like, market's gonna market, but like, cherish the dirt, right? Like, it took you a lot of effort and energy to climb to the mountaintop. Like, don't just punt it away because you got there. Like, I don't know. So it's interesting. I will say this though. One of the things and the best part about Top Shot, and what I have like the last couple weeks or week or so, might be just over a week now, that has been super fun. And we mentioned at the top is that like the Discord that we created around the Cool Cats challenge is easily my favorite thing about Top Shot. It is awesome.
100%.
It is
100%.
so fun. And I hate to be like, hey, you're missing out. Go spend $4,000 to complete this now, because the pump is now like, if I looked at this before, I think the Cool Cats are all up to, I'm using add more funds, and the LaMelo low ask is $1,750 now. Luka's at $820, which is above what it was right after it dropped.
You could have got all 30. You could have got all 30 for like $1,500 right before the buzzer.
Who was the guy who bought like?
Or all 29. Sorry, all 29.
It was awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he
Yeah.
still hold those moments? Did he sell them?
He does
No, he
not.
didn't sell them.
He sold 51 of the 52 that he had.
my
for, like
gosh.
when it hit the he was getting out, and then they
That's
announced
big.
it. Yeah, and it was brutal. But he's in the Discord. He's a trooper and a good sport about it, and he's still positive. and he makes some of the funniest. He makes some of the funniest comments on Twitter.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. Shout out to Osmo.
Yeah,
there was a couple
Osmo.
other people that had like a couple really big bags from that. But anyway, the long story short of it, I've been having, and I know that this is not the case for everybody, so I'm sympathetic to that. I've had more fun with Top Shot in the last like week and a half than I have in the previous 3 months. And I'm like a generally positive person. I love talking to people about Top Shot. I love like chopping it up in not even in public, like just in private Discord stuff. Like where, the group chat that I have with MBL and Andy and all these folks is like talking about stuff because it's still interesting to me. And there's some of that whimsy that like when it came to the platform and why I got hooked initially, like some of that's back for me. And I think a lot of it, and it's less to do with, I don't even know what my evaluate market is right now. I couldn't tell you. Like I don't even know, and I don't even care because it's changed significantly. And I know that like 95% of people came in. You can tell you tell everybody that you wanted to be a collector and all this stuff. Everybody came in because it was the promise of money, and it was like at least that was a big part of it for most people. And that was cool. And it's a lot of fun when you're having and making money, but it's not a lot of fun when you're not. And now I'm sort of in this weird, like interesting, space where we've gone through 6 months of consolidation, if you will. Like, when it's, you see this in markets in general, like crypto markets, like, okay, it's down and it's like, it's in a bear market and it's sort of consolidating, but like the sentiment is sort of consolidating as well. Like people are congealing around like-minded individuals. They're you're starting to like push off the people that aren't positive and don't bring you joy, and sort of rallying around the people that do. And that's super fun and really exciting for me, and I'm having a blast. So on top of like the cool incentives that the Cool Cats Master Challenge actually granted us, we like so much cool stuff has come out of this group of people. We have like 800 people, 800 of the 2,900 that finished it are in this Discord. Probably 200 are active-ish. Probably 100 of them are pretty active. People are making merch. They're making art. There's like coffee mugs. We've got jerseys coming that are like filthy.
They're pretty lit.
Filthy.
Pretty lit.
They are so and you can't get it unless you finish this thing.
But I will say, Plunge, though, to add to it, we are a little more inclusive than the Top Shot, the 9 Lives Lounge bonus, which was a name we came up with, by the way. Anyway,
credit to you guys, though. Credit to you guys. Like, sorry for 1 second though. Credit to you guys because, I do think this whole concept. I'm not going to give you guys all the credit, but I do think the idea of rewarding the Cool Cats Master challengers or complete, 9. I can go. There's a bunch of nicknames. The Cool Cats
9 Lives Lounge
completers. 9 Lives Lounge. Fine. 9 Lives Lounge. So you guys completing these though, and then speaking out about this a lot, and then coming up with these creative ideas of like, let's get merch. Let's create a Discord. Let's do this. And like, this was all within like, it felt like a 72-hour period, basically leading up to like when the Master Challenge was ending, maybe a little bit longer.
It was right around there.
It was like the 25th of May, maybe, or whatever.
Around the time that the challenge got announced, maybe a little bit after. And credit to you guys for like rallying everyone and like, just being able to push a narrative that was not. It's a fine line. You could be the NBA Top Shot Discord person who yells and complains and screams and moans and whines and does all that stuff every single day, nonstop. Props to all the community people that are dealing with the comments. But you could do that, or you could be on the opposite end of the spectrum and be extremely complimentary of everything that's going on. Get your Roham retweets out there or whatever you want to call it, But you guys walked a fine line of being very, very honest about where you were at, what you'd like to see out of it. And in return, it felt like Top Shot was like, okay, we need to listen to these guys. And it really felt like that came together within the last 48 hours of the challenge being completed. Like your stream, Plunge, like that with Jacob felt like
Yeah.
that was like the moment, like,
Yeah.
you know, Judge Judy or
It
something.
seemed,
You're like sitting there
seemed
like,
like that. Go ahead, Alex.
Real quick, before we get into this, a lot of people are asking about the giveaway. We do have 3 packs to give away. We have 2 Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell moments to give away, and then 3 LaMelo Ball NFTs to give away. So that is coming. Hang out with us. We're gonna give that away shortly. I've seen a lot of people asking about it. So sorry, go ahead, continue.
No, I appreciate that. And like the give back stuff and doing the community involvement stuff, like that's my favorite part of Top Shot. And I'm thankful. One of the things that is super challenging to sort of empathize with or put yourself in how Top Shot people are thinking right now is that like they built a community around a small like tribal collector group that they tried to scale to a massive angry horde. And that's hard to do. And there are tons of growing pains with that, not even just technically, but like, how do you scale all of these disparate people that come from all of these disparate groups into sort of a community sentiment that's in lockstep and moving in the same direction? Well, you can't. And that's okay. It's okay that there is not, and there can't be 200,000 people all moving the same direction. It's okay. But what you can do is galvanize groups within that, right? So whether it's the location-based things, whether it's the people that are, rooting for the same team, whether it's people that are commiserating about completing the same challenges, like whether or not it's people that are interested in other NFT projects that are related or that Top Shot brought them to, like there are tons of ways that I think they will consider not just incentivizing and galvanizing people around use and kind of engagement with the Top Shot platform, but around the community that Top Shot built to engage in other things. And Roham mentioned in the office hours on Friday, which I thought was great, by the way. I thought it was really interesting and clear what the vision is. It's not perfect. They still have roadblocks. There are things that they talk about in principle and in philosophy that like may never come to fruition and might be a year down the line, but they're at least like interesting. But one of the things that I think really matters here is that like they're thinking about this in terms of a way to engage with the NBA in a different way, and engage with players, engage with brands, engage with all these other things. And they haven't yet been able to do that in a really significant way because the platform's been so unstable and the economics of it have been so unstable, right? So they have to fix and fight those fires first. And those technical challenges they have to get over with pack drops in February, into the withdrawal issues, and into the into like just the stability of the marketplace, into like the actual transactions on the Flow blockchain. You remember the low ask problem? When was the last time you thought about that? Like they had to fix and solve for a lot of really challenging things, and they haven't really been focused forward on how do we then branch this out, right? So what does next season NBA engagement look like? And if this is the Soho house, or like if the Cool Cats thing is the Soho house of Top Shot, like how do we incentivize and reward that group and the people that are going to come next year to do something similar, to have meaningful engagement and have this be your digital passport into like NBA fandom, right? And it's okay if people don't want to engage with it in that way, or they're not willing to, or that they don't have the financial means. Like there should be fun on the platform for everyone, regardless of whether or not you can spend the money to do it. And that's hard to do, like incredibly hard to do. They have misstepped along the way. I think the biggest problem that they face is communication, consistency in communication. But I think they're headed in the right direction in general. And if they are interested in my feedback or the people that I communicate with, like I appreciate that they're asking and that they're listening, and that it seems like they're actually making substantive change to address those things.
Yep.
But I totally recognize that I'm in a privileged position because of my following, right? Because there are 12,000 people that follow me on Twitter and watch my show and engage with me on Discord. Like not everyone has that voice, and it can be exceptionally frustrating if you don't have that voice when you're facing an issue. So I completely understand for anybody else that's not having fun right now and not having a good time. Like it's okay that's the case. And if there's anything I could do for you, great. But I think, a rising tide hopefully will raise all ships.
Well said. Very well said.
And I agree 100% on the communication. That's like been my thing for, I think Alex has heard me say it. I think Plunge, you probably heard me say it. Chugs, I probably heard you. I've told everybody, like, the only real misstep that I see is just within that whole February blow up, market decline afterwards, the challenges that took extra days or extra weeks, the seeing stars to all stars to rising stars, that whole thing, it just, the communication point. And even to this Cool Cats point that I was making, I love that they communicated it beforehand. It would have been amazing if they would have communicated it even, further.
I don't think they knew.
Exactly. No, I know.
They didn't know, and I disagree wholeheartedly, because a huge issue that all of us faced and that we all bitch about and moaned about was, hey, all of these things are involved in challenges. They skyrocketed way outside of what they would be after the fact. They're crashing back down after the fact because they're no longer useful or they don't have utility. And by doing that so late in the game, they prevented another massive run up from happening. Because guess what? Luka goes to 2,000 or 3,000. Someone else is holding a bag, and then you have more and more angry users. So I understand the timing of it, and they also couldn't wait until after, because if you then turned around and immediately sold your things, and you needed all 30, and you just got rid of Luka, and now you have to buy back in, you would have been livid. So I think the timing, it was a super unfortunate timing situation. And to Chugs' point, they probably didn't know until, like, maybe the day before or whatever. But like they had to split the eye of the needle on that one. I think they did as well as they could have, and I'll defend that, and I'll fight for that.
I think also that one thing that they've kind of learned, or they're sort of evolving into doing, is focusing more on making decisions and making benefits of owning moments not strictly just a math equation. Like, they're trying to incorporate and leak in utility as much as they can, or I don't say as much as they can, but you can see that evolution. And for those who have been in this strictly for this store of value, I'm buying this Kobe White because I think, it's going to go from $3 to $5 in some point in the future. Like, that's not the game that they're playing or they're trying to create here. They're trying to create something where that Kobe White might get you discounted tickets to a Bulls game, next season or something. Or if you own the starting lineup, you might be able to get like 15% off merch for 24 hours or something, stuff. They're trying to think of like brand activations and things, or at least I would think that that's kind of where they're evolving to. Yeah. And that adds another layer of value that is non-monetary, which may piss off certain people, but that's the bigger picture, like, massive application that's sitting here that has hardly been tapped yet. And Cool Cats, this Cool Cats, suite of perks that they've allowed or that they've given is sort of the first big, like, swing at that, I think, in their view. So, I think big picture, it's the right way to go, because otherwise, like Plunge said, you create another, mini bottleneck situation. And then you got somebody like me who's already slogged through this for months, sitting on paper losses or whatever, or I've had bad experience here or there. And then you're telling me I got to go buy like freaking Brooke Lopez for $60 or some crap, along with some other, irrelevant stuff so I can
important point, paper losses, right?
Yeah.
Paper losses. Paper. And it matters, because guess what? On paper, all of the Cool Cats people were like, I'm in the hole, and oh my God, it's the worst thing ever. And guess what? On paper, 24 or 48 hours after the challenge ended, if the median price, that means a middle half is $2,800 to complete the set. The set was $4,200. Yeah. That means that over half the people are on paper up on the challenge, and not just with the perks, with the actual underlying moments. Yeah. So it's unrealized losses or gains. Yes, there are people that had $10,000 bags and they never will have on paper realized or like on paper gains relative to it, and that's okay. Got it. Like, I snapshotted that moment. I think I said it in the Discord. I was like, okay, it's 4,200. Anybody that purchased their 29 moments for less than $4,200 can never say that I lost money on this. Because you could have sold at that point and been whole.
True.
And it stings to me to know that in January I went in halvesies with a buddy to get the LeBron Kobe dunk common, and so I mean it was a decent amount of money, and it was like it got up in February run to, I could have traded it in for a new car probably.
Yeah.
But that I did, I sat with it, and you know what? I'm not too worried about sitting on that for a couple of years. But it's just the name of the game. But I didn't lose anything. I didn't make anything, right? Like I still am the proud owner of LeBron Kobe dunk.
For sure.
It's dope, though. It's dope.
Yeah,
I actually
it is.
I was really thinking about trying to consolidate. Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
We're 45 minutes in. I think we should give something away.
I'm about to say, yeah, people are keep
Let's do it.
asking.
Let's crack a
Let's
pack
do
open and give these
All right.
moments away. Yeah.
Wait,
So
what do we-
Alex, I think I sent you the form in Google. Can you send it again? I will,
Yeah.
while we're like getting situated with everything, just for anybody that hasn't already submitted the form for the giveaways, please do that. We'll be
So it's in
utilizing that.
It's in the comments right now. So on Periscope, YouTube, Twitch, it's there. And then you should be, if you go to my Twitter as well, it says enter here and you can see the tweet. So yeah, that's the form we're utilizing. We may give one away to someone in the chat.
Heck yeah.
We might have someone, we might have you guys drop your Top Shot usernames here in a second. But yeah, we're going to be using the form for the most part. So yeah, we have 3 packs to give away, 3 LaMelo Ball dynamic NFTs, and then we have 2 other moments to give away as well. So plenty of stuff to give away. We're very excited about it. So yeah, where do we want to start? Oliver, do you want to give away your pack first?
Dude, I love cracking packs. I'm so excited.
Rip it.
It's so good.
They're ripping packs to me. I like ripping them.
Ripping
I know you
packs?
like
I'm good with
cracking. I
I'm
like
good with
ripping.
ripping. It's the ripping and the tearing, Chugs.
All right, let's see if
Ripping and
that's
the tearing.
popping up here.
One
We'll do
thing
this-
before we
Yeah.
rip, Top Shot just tweeted out something about the rewards for the playoff packs or whatever. Like they
Yeah.
showed it. I mean, it was literally like 10 minutes ago. So I mean,
Oh,
we wouldn't
interesting.
have known until
Okay.
just now. So the first pair, it says that it's going to be a pair of moments, and one is that game winner from Trae Young in MSG in I think it was game 1, right? The first game where he like silenced everybody. So that one, and then Paul George. It's a Paul George dunk, which I don't know the context of that one quite as much. The Trae Young one's obviously much more iconic, I feel like, at this point. But it says you're gonna need base moments from series 2 and playoff moments for the challenges.
Interesting.
And they're gonna put down a challenge link on Friday tomorrow. So I don't know if they're gonna be doing this in pairs like that, like two challenges at a time, or if it's gonna be you complete the challenge, you get 2 moments. Like,
I'm excited.
not sure.
I'm excited. I don't know. Guess what?
By
It's
the
okay
way,
to not know.
Playoff packs, massive win. Massive
Huge.
win. I don't know if you guys saw
I
the
love
mint
it.
counts. 12,000,
love
I
it.
think, is
Love
the
it.
number.
Huge.
Massive.
It's gonna be great.
I think can we just say the past 2 weeks of Top Shot, from like Master Cool Cats challenge finish to about today,
Recovery.
I feel like every decision has been pretty spot on.
It's been great.
They deserve their
I mean,
credit.
Yeah,
Real
they've
quick,
done a lot.
let's
Made a lot of progress. Go ahead.
Let's keep talking about this while we open the pack, because
Sure.
I know a
Yeah,
lot of
go
people
for
are
it.
waiting for the giveaway. So
Let's
let's
go.
I know.
open.
We got to satiate the masses, and I
Pull
appreciate
them
it.
up. Pull 'em
So
up.
we're-
Keep us on
Uh,
task, Alex.
do you want
And take away that banner so we can see your face.
Oh
We got
yeah,
sound
yeah.
on.
Let me remove that. So wait, do we have the winner selected here yet?
No, let
Um,
me go ahead and do it. So I'll go ahead. What I'll do is I will put this into. I'm going to put it out of the form,
Okay,
and I will
while
put it
you-
into
Yeah.
the wheel of names
Perfect.
to spin.
And then go ahead and just announce it once you got it.
Yeah.
So for everyone watching, we just had a big influx of people join in because I tweeted out that the giveaway is happening right now. So if anyone missed it before, we have 3 packs to give away, and we have 3 LaMelo Ball NFTs that PlungeFather happily donated. We appreciate that. So
It wasn't me. It was the LaMelo Ball NFT team, and I'll give a little spiel on that later
Sure.
once we get to that point because it's
Okay,
sort of interesting. But
But
yeah,
you-
we've
you-
got some cool stuff to give away.
you were nice enough to do it on our show, which is amazing of you.
Yeah.
So 3 LaMelo Ball NFTs, 3 packs, and we also have a Trae Young moment and Donovan Mitchell moment. So tons of giveaways. So stick around. This is the first one. Here, let me add this to the stream. Let's do this first. So
Do we open it and then give it away?
No, let's spin it. Let's
No,
let's
so
spin
we'll,
it.
we'll
Okay,
open the
spin it.
pack.
first.
There we go.
All right.
So
let's
is
see
this
who it
is this for the full pack?
Yeah, let's do that.
Full
Let's give
pack.
the full pack away.
Oh my goodness. Who is that?
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Are you in the chat? Microsoft.
That's a person?
Let's find
Okay.
out.
Not a company.
I literally thought that was like just
The
Okay,
Microsoft
so-
Add
He
corporate
Leonard
copied
on-
and,
I
he
don't-
copied and
Leonard
pasted
on
like
Twitter.
one extra little like
some quality
logo.
banta on.
All
on
right.
Twitter.
So
on
Microsoft,
Twitch.
this is yours. We still have 2 more packs to give away. So
Here we go.
stick around, guys. We'll be giving 2 more away, and then we also have the 3 LaMelo Ball NFTs too. So don't go anywhere. Microsoft, let's see what you got.
Let's turn that
We
volume
going
on.
sound
Turn it
on?
on.
I don't think the
Get that
sound
sound
works. Are you guys hear it?
Oh,
No.
oh.
Yeah, you
We
can't
gonna-
hear
we
it,
gonna-
can you?
Yeah, you can.
Should-
So you got
should
to
we-
hold on. Stop sharing. Dude,
should
I
we-
live.
yeah.
I live.
This is
Okay.
StreamYard.
Music.
Wait, hold on. So
you
stop
gotta- you
sharing.
gotta- yeah, stop sharing your screen, and then when you share it
Do it
again, and you click Chrome tab or whatever, there's going to be a little bottom. There's a little check mark that says share audio.
Yeah.
Microsoft
live.
is so anxious right now. He's wondering when his moments are. He's
Handle it.
The base. So this
shaking in
is
anticipation.
these.
Wait.
These are. And big ups to Candy, Rude Moose,
Ah.
and Jacob, and everybody else on the community team at Dapper, or excuse me, at NBA Top Shot. They're super generous with this type of stuff. So
Here
the
we
form
go.
was created on what platform? On Microsoft.
Do we hear
Beatbox it.
music?
Not yet.
Yep, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Where are we going first? Plunge is first one. Left, right, or middle?
Left.
Left.
Dunk, Miami. Bam out of
Bam,
Bayou. Hey,
okay.
that's
I'm
a
gonna
nice
buy
one.
you those
Great
weird two-tone
jerseys.
jerseys. Yeah.
Great.
If you like those jerseys, hopefully you see.
Seriously.
Oh,
Seriously.
Oh,
we've got
okay.
little
You
hints.
you guys are
Little hints.
literally selling me on this every time
Wait,
that you
Hey,
can.
well, look,
wait until
look,
we
and
will
Oliver,
tease the
All it
jerseys.
takes to get into ours though is the LaMelo. We will
Only
not,
need the
right?
LaMelo.
Only
Really?
need the LaMelo. We're not making it an only
We'll
30
do
for
some
30.
different levels if you hold all 30
Yeah.
versus you hold the LaMelo and all of that.
Okay, well,
But-
now I got to hold all 30 though. Right? That,
Not necessarily.
Discord and not be the
that
okay.
was which one was that? That was out of the 15,000.
15,000, 14,069 out of
Yeah, so that's
15,000. If you
Nice
like
little
those
$7
cereals.
moment.
Okay. See, I
All
like
right.
I like you throwing the price out there too. This is great for people that are newer to Top Shot.
Chuds,
No, we're
where are we
looking at.
going here?
I'll lean the other way. Let's go right. All the way right.
John Collins.
Hawks. John Collins dunk.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Yes,
Oh,
and
he's
for
on my
anybody
Grizz too. Oh.
For anybody that didn't know, when you see the base set series or release 15, this was like probably in March they had these packs, and so it was still when there was a ton of the 1500s and the 12,000s
7500s.
and the,
Yep.
and the 7500s.
7500s.
LaMelo Ball, the rookie ones were in here too. Some of
And
those
that was
4,000.
I believe that was a $6 moment. So we're up to $13 in the marketplace.
All right, here we go. Here
Not
we go.
bad.
Last one. What do we get? Miami Heat.
Another
Oh,
Bam.
Another
bam.
A double
Bam,
bam. We got
Bam, bam.
Oh, that's Flintstones.
Yeah,
There you
yeah. It's a
go.
Flintstones pack.
The
Double
Flintstones.
Wow,
Bam,
look at that one.
Love that. All right. Hey, with
Okay.
Microsoft, I think that's your I think that's your TS username. So once I think it'll be a week, right? If I'm not
I
mistaken,
actually
Jacob,
think we can do these.
Right.
Jacob was saying something on his stream yesterday or the day before that there was something wrong with the immediate
Oh.
gifting stuff. So it might
Okay.
come a little
As
bit
soon
later.
as we can give it to you, we will give it to you, Microsoft, whether it's today or 7 days from now. But yeah, we'll definitely send that over.
Someone
So
write that down.
Yeah,
I will.
Oliver,
write that down.
definitely. Okay, yeah.
Microsoft.
I'm going to test
So-
out the gifting thing here. Just see what happens. Microsoft was his Top Shot username, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's just try it out. See what happens.
So question, do
simple.
we have 2 more packs to give away. We have 3 LaMelo ones to give away. How do we want to do it? Do we want to just go do another one and bang it out? And
I
then
like
we can
ripping.
I think we should save some till the very end. So if
It's
people have a
probably
reason to stick
easier. It's probably
around.
better for me to explain the LaMelo stuff and then give them away. So
Yeah.
let's do the packs
Okay.
first in the moment.
So let's just give away
Yeah.
the other 2 packs, and then we'll save the LaMelos for the end. So wait, we'll save the LaMelo spiel, but they're very cool. So definitely stick around till the end. I'll open mine up right now too.
All right.
So let me just.
I should have had a trivia. I had a trivia question ready. Man.
We can do a
Sure.
trivia question for one of the individual.
There you
Oh,
go.
I can do the Mitchell
Why don't we do that now?
moment. I'll
Let's
the
do
Mitchell.
while
Yeah, yeah.
he's keying
Oh,
that
yeah,
up.
while
we'll
I
do
get
the
this ready.
For an
trivia.
individual. Yeah, for an individual.
What's
one.
your question, Oliver?
Yeah.
Question.
And this will be for the Trey Young. I've got a Trey Young moment that I'm going to give away from my collection.
So, Chris Paul in high school scored a number of points in one specific game, and I'd like to know if someone in the chat knows the number of points he scored in a game to honor his late grandfather.
That's a good one. Let's check the chat. So drop that in the chat, and you can win. Which moment are we giving away?
Man,
The
I
Mitchell
have a
moment.
Trae Young. I have a
Don.
Trae Young.
Okay, so this is for
Oh,
the
no,
Don.
you
and
can do the
one.
Mitchell one. You can
Yeah, I'll
do
do the Mitchell. Yeah, you
So
can do
Oliver,
one.
are you looking at the chat?
I am. I got
Hey.
67,
Someone said 285 points.
54,
That's a lot.
285.
He was on
Okay.
fire.
if somebody gets it right, there's a side story to this that
Hey, there you go.
I think it's true. Yeah.
Carlos Gambas.
Carlos Gomez. That's what I saw too.
Gomez?
Yep.
So
Carlos. He did it on
Carlos,
YouTube for those asking or wondering.
follow up to Carlos on this question. What was the nature of his last, like, how did he get those last points
I know
in
this
that
one.
game?
I know
How
this
did
too.
he get those last points? I will give you a moment of my collection if you can give me the right
Ooh.
answer. No
So
looking it up.
Carlos.
I'll give you literally like 30 seconds.
Send it over. Oh,
s-
Carlos, what an honest guy. He said Fludeza was
Fludeza.
before me. Wow.
I
He's
don't
saying
see
that someone else
Fludeza.
came in before and had it, but they're not showing up in our comments here.
Yeah, I don't see it.
PlungeFather, you talked about this.
Why don't we just give? We'll just do that. I'll give my Trae Young to Fludeza.
Okay,
do that?
so Fludeza gets Trae Young, and then Carlos, because you're
Carlos,
such an honest,
we're giving you
amazing
15
person.
seconds. What's the
I
reasoning
think-
behind the 61? No?
I think I see the answer already in the chat.
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone did answer it. Someone had it.
I'll just give that person the I'll give Adele TWL, I believe, is the one who's got it.
Okay.
I'll give them a moment for that.
And make sure, can you guys put your TS or Top Shot usernames
Yeah.
in there? Because if it doesn't match your YouTube or your
Yeah.
Periscope or something like that, so just type TS : and then your username, and then
Bingo.
if people can copy paste that so we can see them. So
I'm writing
Fludeza,
down.
that would be great.
So yeah, there you go.
can fire that off.
ADELTWL is the Top Shot username. He said. So yeah,
Okay.
he missed the free throw because I think it was his grandfather's age, right? Isn't that the reason?
Yeah. Yeah, it
So-
was his age, and he purposely missed his second free throw, and then I think just like walked off the court and like broke
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Ugh,
Tyrone
crazy.
Lannister, I love that.
Crazy story.
All right, Fludeza.
Yes.
Trae Young.
Fludeza is Tyrone Lannister, and then Carlos. Make sure you post your Top Shot username in the chat as well, and appreciate the honesty. We, for some reason, on StreamYard, all the comments
It's hard.
don't pop up.
They
We
all
appreciate
come in
you.
in different-
Appreciate you shouting out Fludeza there. That was awesome. So yeah, definitely post your username there. And then okay, so I have a pack here to open, and then you want to pull. Give me another name for this person. Whose pack is this? Let's pull the wheel back up and see who this goes to.
Yeah, you got it. Ready?
All right, second pack giveaway. What do we got here? Feisty Dalmatian 2732 is Carlos's Top Shot name.
Holy cow, that's a long.
That is a long one.
Just change
Lazy-
it for God's sakes.
Lazy
Just change it.
assassin.
Lazy Assassin.
And this-
Okay.
I did pull
okay.
off. These are from Top Shot. This is the Top Shot username of the person. Lazy Assassin.
Okay, there we go. So I'm
Perfect.
gonna pull this up.
Lazy
You guys
Assassin.
see
Here's
this?
your pack. Feisty
Dang.
Dalmatian. I love that.
Hey, you can get a
Showtime, baby.
LaMelo to
Let's
4,000 out of this thing. You can get a LeBron 15,000 no look. You could get
Oh,
a
Do you
lot.
guys hear the
No,
music?
No.
No,
Not yet.
I don't.
No.
hear
I don't
music.
either. So it
Well,
said
you
I
You could
could
hit
share
open back,
audio.
It might. Well, there's no sound yet.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm an idiot. That's what it is. I was getting ahead of myself.
Now we're on.
Okay, cool. I thought it was a settings issue. I like to start in the middle. That's where we're going.
Do it.
Jordan
Clarkson.
Clarkson.
Clarkson. All right.
Six man of the year, possibly.
14,596.
He got it already.
No, he won
He
it
got it
already.
already.
Yeah.
He got it
Yeah,
already.
he won it.
Sorry.
He
There was a
won it.
really cool video that they gave it to him. It was,
I saw
it was
that.
him and Joe Ingles, and they
and
were like
Ingles, yeah.
interviewing
Yep.
him, and they asked
Yep.
him a trivia question as to whether or not how many
Yeah.
Utah Jazz players had won the Sixth Man of the Year, and he was like 0, and Joe Ingles was like, nope, 1.
I legitimately retweeted that. Yep. I definitely knew that he was 6 man of the year. I don't know why. I said
All
that.
right. Let's see what we got. Oh,
Oh,
Anthony Davis. Hey, so we talked about this on this show. We've given away literally like 6 LeBrons in I think 13 episodes. It's pretty ridiculous. Our giveaways, for whatever reason, there have been so many LeBrons, but this isn't bad. Anthony Davis, 8,985 out of 15,000.
I'm gonna
Alright.
pull the numbers on that. So I got
Okay.
to get rolling here.
Once
And then
again
one
against
more.
the Grizzlies. Jeez, Grizzlies getting dunked on all over these packs.
Will Barton. against
One
Minnesota.
One time was like a $200-something moment because of a Cool Cats challenge.
Crazy.
If you guys remember, that
Yes.
thing got so expensive.
It was up to 300. It got up
Yeah.
to 300. I lucked out on that one. So
It is-
LG from the first mint. I consider LG from the first mint like my mentor, my top shot godfather, if you will. And he gifted me. So I was helping him out with a bunch of different stuff, and he gifted me a Will Barton when it was like $72 or something like that, just to, like, for helping him out on a different thing. It was like the kindest gesture. I felt like, I could have had to spend everything on that one, but it was one of those things where it's like way bigger than just, it wasn't him handing me a $72 check or something. It was like, no, this is to help you get to the top of the precipice on that one. So I big ups to LG from the first mint. Love what he and the rest of the crew do there.
That's awesome.
That's
So we have one more pack to give away. Do we want to pull that wheel back up and just go all 3 packs right now, back to back to back?
Three moments or 3 pack? Wait, what?
We still have one more pack to give away.
One more pack.
Yeah,
I
so
got it.
we gave away 2 packs. We gave
One
away
more.
We gave away 2 moments, and we still have one more pack, and we still have 3 more LaMelo Ball
We're good, Oliver.
NFTs too.
I don't need. Yeah, I thought about like not doing it on this one, but I feel charitable, so I need to give it away. All right, here we go. We're copying all. Come on. My internet is being a little slow. Sorry about that.
No worries.
So my
Plunger
gifting
net is
looks
go.
to be
All
good.
subpar.
All right.
All
All
right. Here we
right.
go. So this is for my pack.
Oh wait, this is. We have another pack on our end to give away. That's what I
you
was
do.
talking
Oh,
about.
that's right. This
Oh.
is for your pack.
Yeah, you keep
Caruso.
you keep yours.
Oh no, Caruso.
Did Caruso win?
Caruso. He was
Oh, he
right
almost
next to
won.
it.
Nix
It was so
underscore
close.
BT. Nix BT.
Nix underscore BT. So this is Caruso's missing hair right there. I don't know how it missed him, but yeah. So Caruso's
Brutal.
Nix BT. This
All
one's
right,
for you
Nix
guys.
BT,
Yeah.
this
So
is
I'll
you.
do my pack later on.
Yeah, perfect. You can save yours. Yep. So this is we promised 3. This is number 3. So Nix BT. Let's see if you get the LeBron and keep the streak alive.
I think a LaMelo. I haven't pulled a LaMelo in any pack since.
Oh,
I
Nick,
have
you got a Nick.
RJ
Barrett.
Ooh.
RJ
Yeah.
Barrett to
RJ.
Nix BT. Beautiful.
RJ Don.
14,516.
Has anyone on this stream pulled a LaMelo in any course of any pack ever?
I have not.
Nope.
Nada.
That's crazy. That's
Magic
yeah.
layup. Dwayne Bacon.
Little
2,447.
Little bacon there.
Dwayne.
In a game that probably no one watched. Magic Caps.
Was it Rich? Rich Cho was the guy who butchered the Dwayne Bacon thing, right? Do you guys remember that? Dwayne Wade.
Maybe.
Rich Cho in
Okay.
Charlotte. What happened with the? I don't remember the.
Dwayne Bacon was drafted in Charlotte, and in this
Yeah.
press conference, he kept saying Dwayne Wade instead of Dwayne
Oh,
Bacon.
I don't
think is
remember
what
that.
ended up happening.
Yikes.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Not a great look.
Legendary press conference.
Fred, OG Ananobi, 9,982 out of 15,000.
It's a good move there, but
It is.
it splits those
All right.
defenders pretty nice.
Nick BT. Not a bad pack. You got a Nick. Worked out.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen here because it's actually hilarious.
Okay.
I was
We'll be the
double
judge of that.
be the judge of it. It's fine. It's just funny that we were just talking about this Dwayne Bacon, or I was talking about this Dwayne Bacon thing, and you guys had no idea what I was talking about. And then I type in this situation here, and this is what pops up. Let me see if I can. Here we go. Oh, share audio. Here you go. So I pull up Twitter. I search it, and whose tweet do I find at the top of the very, very top of the
You're not
heap?
sharing.
I should be sharing in just a second.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait.
it's
I
yours.
forget about this.
No, I don't remember this. Okay, so I have to play it at this point.
Yes, please do.
See
Yeah,
this?
it's too good.
Malik Monk and Dwayne Wade. We're
His face, Bacon's face.
Malik
Like-
Monk and Dwayne Bacon.
Oh man, look at those hats. Those are
Um,
kind of cool, don't
but,
you think?
That's where you get that record scratch.
Yeah.
Like, that is so good.
That's kind of like Hornet
Sorry.
colors.
I had to bring it up.
I have to say, I hate that guy's Twitter. He's the worst on Twitter. He doesn't know anything about basketball.
Alex
He's
Kennedy?
garbage. Yeah, I hate that guy.
He's got so many followers though.
Yeah, I don't know what
They
they're
love
thinking.
Alex Kennedy.
He must have bought him. I don't know what they're thinking.
I was
They're
gonna
all-
say, I was gonna say it's not that expensive. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. All right. So
how do we want to do
talk
this? We have packs that we're going to be opening as well, but we still have the 3 LaMelo NFTs. What order do you want to go in? I'm down for whatever.
Well, let's. So how about this? What's up?
We can just hold our packs and get into the LaMelo because we're already. What are we?
Yeah. An hour.
Do you want to hold the packs and then do it on your next stream whenever?
Yeah, do that.
Let's do that.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's always nice to be able to spread that stuff out. So
exactly.
I always feel fortunate when they send us. So we haven't gotten any playoff packs. I see Kareem Pack-Jewel Jabbar, great name by the way, in Twitch. They haven't had any playoff packs tomorrow. And for the record, all of us, Oliver, Alex, and I, we were all pumping those playoff packs because guess what? We love Top Shot, and it was awesome. And I'm very excited. I threw out a poll earlier, and I would love to say I got taken to school last night and early this morning on that poll that I put out there on Twitter. So I'll pull it up, and then we can I can share the NFT stuff too. So can you?
Yep, right now.
Hold on. All right. So here we are. So there was a poll that I
the apes
put out. Yeah, I got it. I'll tell that story later. That said, if you given the opportunity to buy unlimited playoff packs tomorrow, which is one playoff moment. Now we know that they're out of 12,000 and 2 base sets for $14 each. How many would you buy? And I got taken to absolute school in the evaluate.market Discord. I forget the guy's name or gal. I'm not sure who it is, but basically it was like I got like the riot act read to me in a good way. 38, like this is not an actionable poll. It is not going to give you what you expect. All these things. It's like incredibly biased, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I didn't even think about that. Anyway, I'm not going to get into like the science of polling, but I learned something this morning, which is awesome. That said, if you can't measure sentiment with this, what you can measure is that of the 12,000 people that follow me and of the 4,000 people that are there, a lot of them like money because that was basically the gist. That like, what you're actually asking
on that.
If how many people, if they had enough money, would buy things that got them more money, was essentially what the argument boiled down to. And I totally agreed with it. And it was one of those things that I was like, you know what, you're totally right. This didn't do what I expected it to do. But that said, what it does measure is that like there are lots of people, and right now we have been not stuck maybe, but like we have been in this rut of we're trying to get as many packs into as many people's hands as we possibly can. Right. And the way that they've done that essentially has been gating it to 1 per person per drop for a long time. And it's been since February, I think, that you could even sniff at buying more than 1 pack. That said, I think that, and it would exacerbate some of the supply issues that they have. There is an appetite for this stuff. And I think that if you made that $14 instead of, if you made it $20 or $25 or whatever those things are, and it made it less of a guaranteed like EV plus math problem, I think the sentiment would be largely similar because a lot of us, if given the chance, like you don't go to the card store and buy 1 pack of Panini Prism, you try and buy like a box, right? Like there's something to that. Yeah. And I think especially as they dilute the packs a little bit more because they have more supply, and the chances of pulling something really special go down, I actually think that gives people more of an incentive to buy more packs to increase their chances of the serial lottery, to increase their chances of a really good score. And I think more and more people will be willing to do that. So I know that Top Shot is, doing all sorts of sentiment gathering and all sorts of polling and all sorts of different stuff. But like there's thirst out there. There's only 10% of the people that follow me, or 10%, it's 400 of the 4,000 people said, I wouldn't buy this pack. Right. So even if the pack numbers tomorrow are lower, like maybe it's however many thousand compared to the last base set drop or whatever, like there's a lot that would buy way more than 10 packs. So anyway, with that, I do want to talk a little bit and shift gears and talk about this LaMelo Ball NFT. And I can actually pull it up if you want to.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
Because there's a website and I'll drop it, or if you would drop it in the chat, here's how you get to it.
Okay. Yep.
And for the record, I'm not getting paid for any of this. Like, I'm not getting like paid promotion. I just think it's really interesting and cool. And I've started to like, Chugs and I have been involved with the team that's working on it. And we've sort of like communicating, not directly with LaMelo specifically, but like in Discords with him and, interacting in some ways. But ultimately speaking, this NFT is sort of different than some of the other player NFTs that we've seen over the last like 3 or 4 months. Off the top, that's a trivia question. Oliver and Alex, how many player or like athlete celebrity NFTs can you remember from the last like 5 or 6 months?
4 or 5, I think.
Do you want to name
4 or
names?
5.
I know Gronk.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes, obviously.
Yes.
Yep.
Tom Brady didn't officially launch anything yet, but that whole company, obviously, the autograph thing, the NFT project.
I think Jalen Green, right? The G League Ignite player. I think he did.
Yep.
He announced his like
There's something there.
draft
Jalen
declaration.
Suggs.
Oh, Suggs.
did.
I'm sorry. I'm
Suggs.
thinking of Suggs.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Jalen
Suggs.
Suggs. Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Damian
you want to talk
Lillard?
about
Damian Lillard.
oh yeah, the
Yes.
Lillard one. Forgot about that. Also
Yep.
the golfer. Who was the pro
Bryson
golfer?
DeChambeau.
Oof.
DeChambeau.
Scuffed. I think
Oof.
he wanted 27 ETH for his 1-of-1 like US Open experience.
Didn't it just go down and down and down and down and down?
Yeah, it was. He like removed it and then
Yeah.
like, reposted it at 3 ETH and it
Yeah.
still didn't get bought and it was a nightmare.
Tom
There's
Brady
been a handful
Tatum
of
did
already-
them.
one too.
Was that?
Tatum
Tom
did
Brady?
one too.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. You're right.
Tatum had one.
So in the grand scheme of things, like the athletes and in like just celebrities in general, kind of approaching these things, interesting way to engage with their fans and in a very different way. And right, like we look at the athlete NFT projects differently, for example, than we might look at the like a Gary V Friends project. Right? Like Gary V Friends, you look at it and you say, okay, hey, these things have like specific experiences or specific things that are tied to them. This V conference, like engagement with Gary in some shape or form, right? And a lot of people are interested in that, even if you personally aren't. And that's where like I sort of turned the corner in my criticism and critiquing of NFT project. It was like, just because I don't care about the benefit doesn't mean there aren't a lot of people that would care about that benefit. And I think when you look at like these NFTs in principle, and if you haven't seen this before, again, it's LaMeloBall.io, and it's a 3-week sale. He's selling NFTs that are dynamically updated NFTs. So the idea is that they will update over time with his stats and relative to whether or not he reaches career milestones. So, there's a couple different tiers of them, much like, hey, there's common moments and rare moments and legendary moments in Top Shot. Like it's kind of got like different, similar art style, but Red Mars and Blue Neptune and so on and so forth. But they each have different like levels of utility within them. If you are a LaMelo fan, these utility pieces are actually like really incredible, right? Like chances to win game tickets, like courtside game tickets, basically. Like, if you buy one of these, that it's very likely you're gonna get some level of autographed memorabilia. You get like endorsement deal rewards and so on and so forth. And in this one in particular is 2.6 ETH one. Like if he wins Rookie of the Year, which I think he's essentially going, like he's presumptively going to win,
Yeah.
like you will get another NFT on top of that. So right now they've opened it and they're going to essentially burn all of the unsold NFTs. So even if it doesn't sell out, like there will only be right now, I think there were 500 to start, so 60-ish have sold, but like you might have one of 60 of these things. And if it's a 50% chance to win, autographed merchandise, like you're going to be, if there's only 100 of them or 200 of them, ideally they'd sell 500 of them, like 250 people are going to get that thing. And how many people right now would spend, like, if you think about a Panini Prism card, Oliver Maroney, how much would a Panini Prism LaMelo autograph go for right now?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably got to be a couple $1,000s at minimum.
At minimum.
At minimum. And then you talk about the rarity of it. If it's actually, are we talking a Prism card? Are we talking a numbered card to 60? Because then you get into like even higher amounts. And I think actually there's to build onto your point here. I think there's more utility than I've seen with almost any NFT that I have seen so far. And what I think is unique about this, and I think is cool, is they highlight the different statistics in his career milestones. So you're almost like staking into his career statistics in some fashion.
Exactly.
And I think that is really unique because
it is
as a
super
fan,
interesting.
You want to be like, oh, I definitely think he's reaching 1,000 career steals, or I'm definitely, like those sort of things come up. So to me, Yeah, like I said, I think there's a lot of utility, but the card, autograph memorabilia, the tickets, kind of the same things we were talking about with Top Shot, like how they could potentially implement utility and how they could utilize it and how they could leverage like owning all these moments as a set or as a group and how you like value those things. Same sort of thing applies here, but it's with one particular player. And I think what's cool about this is LaMelo could be that next superstar. We don't know, but he could be.
Yeah.
He very well could be. And
I mean, the market of Top Shot thinks he is like.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, to be fair, he is a rookie,
really,
so
really
like,
lucrative.
yeah. But if he turns out to be, he is very special, and I think he's got obviously. I think Front Office Sports. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Front Office Sports who tweeted out the 10 most social media followings of athletes or NBA players, and LaMelo was like number 3.
He has more than some NBA teams.
And he's what? 20.
He's 20.
Yeah.
He's barely played in the league. He's a rookie of the year. So there's like some real value, I think, here with him, long term and short term. But yeah, like you were talking
19,
about the NFTs.
Oh my gosh, I was wrong. 19.
Crazy.
He's 20 in August.
He's young.
Very young.
So, and the interesting thing, like, you know, with a lot of the things that you all mentioned before, like what's their community? There isn't one.
Exactly.
Any of those people,
Right.
they all like create these projects. And guess what? Like LaMelo started a Discord. He pops in there. He started popping into other Discords. He's interested in getting more and more interested in NFT projects. And by the way, like for anybody that's like, oh, that's, yeah, he bought an ape. For anybody that's like, oh, that's not LaMelo, like, no, it is. Like, I have it on very, very good authority. Like,
Yeah,
it very much is. And if you trust me at all, like, it's him. So yes, there are things that like people post from his accounts for various things, like just like anybody would, right, for social media management. But when there are people in the Discord and it's LaMelo Ball, like that's LaMelo Ball in the ape Discord and otherwise. So what we're gonna do, so this sale goes for another 2 weeks. I have purchased personally a couple of these different things, but we have 3 to give away on this stream. I've got some more to give away later too. But what we're going to do is, so I talked with his team that are working on this. We've got one of each of these: Red Mars, Blue Neptune, and Silver Moon. So this is 1 ETH right now. What's the price of ETH, Oliver?
24, 2,500, something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember the latest, but yeah, it's call it $3,000.
So
right?
if you want to call it $2,500.
Yeah,
right? And, you know, the point one is like $300, and then this one is like
24,
30
26
bucks, whatever it is.
to give you the exact number right now. So there you go.
So what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna use the retweet tool that we have. So anybody that retweeted that tweet from earlier today, you don't have an opportunity to do it. If you didn't catch it earlier, I'm sorry. But for everybody that retweeted that tweet earlier, I'm gonna roll it 3 times, and the first one's gonna get a Red Mars, the second one's gonna get this Blue Neptune, and then the third one's gonna get the Silver Moon. I will reach out via Twitter. I'll connect you with the folks on his team so that you can get your MetaMask ID, because that's how we're gonna need to send it to an Ethereum wallet. If you don't have one, we'll figure out how to get you one. I will happily set up some time to walk you through it. And there's lots of good resources out there as well. So we're going to give 3 away, right? Like in a row. And we're going to use this. And again, this is like $3,000 worth of stuff. Like if you were to buy it on the marketplace.
This is why you should be following PlungeFather on Twitter, by the way.
We give cool stuff. It's awesome. So we're going to start with that. I've got this app. I've got the tweet already in. So again, these are Twitter usernames that retweeted my tweet from earlier about the giveaway. So we're going to give away 3. First one's going to go to the Red Mars. So to start, we're going to get do not reload page. Hopefully this works. Confirm the options.
As we give those out, can we read through what each one is?
Winners.
Or like,
we're going to give, so bonus and extra chances, countdown. I don't want any countdown. This is right?
3.
Or should I do 3 winners? No,
just 1, right?
Oh, yeah. What? No, I did this earlier. Hold on just a second. I had this set up with something, a different Twitter thing. Hold on just a second. Can you stop sharing my screen for a second?
Yeah.
I need to pull this up because there was another app
wait,
that I used.
No worries.
Sorry about that, everybody.
That's
Give me a second.
Okay.
Can I just say that the art and like the design of this too is pretty unique. I think it's kind of cool. It feels like a lot of athletes going for NFTs are just money grabs.
Yeah, it definitely does.
I'm sure it is, like agents and managers that have probably lost a lot for sponsorships or lost a lot for a lot of other things and are trying to make up for it with a quick buck by doing an NFT and flipping it around. But this specifically, like design wise, is pretty unique. I also think like the utility, as we talked about earlier, is very, very different. And it does feel like it's a first of its kind for like sports or athletes.
Yeah.
So,
And real quick, while you get that ready and
I
get
think I got it.
Okay, real quick, I do want to thank our sponsor, BetQL. If you
Sweet.
want an advantage over sports books during the NBA and NHL playoffs, check out BetQL. They also have MLB information on there. Download BetQL, the only app you'll need to make smart bets. Their best bet algorithm scans over 350K bets per year to give you a best bet recommendation for every game across all major sports, and they give you the reasoning behind why you should place your bet as well. BetQL also has tons of other tools like sharp data, so you see who the pros are backing, and line movement, so you can jump on betting opportunities in real time. Plus, you can save all your picks in one place to track your success and your winning streaks, as well as view your rank on their leaderboards. Go to the App Store or Google Play Store now to download BetQL. Enter the discount code TOPSHOT or BBN Stream, either one works, at payment, and you get 25% off any of their subscription offerings. They also have some deals right now because it's the playoffs, so you can get the playoff deal and our Top Shot code deal. Don't miss out on the chance to beat your sportsbook this summer. Check out the App Store or Google Play Store and go to BetQL. Download their app, BetQL app, and put in Top Shot. Get 25% off. Thank you, BetQL. Appreciate it. All right.
Cool.
I'm ready
Let's
to
get
rock.
this giveaway. Let's do it.
All right, so I pulled up another one. So I pulled back in. This is going to be for that red Mars that we had before. So hopefully this works.
And but while you're drawing this, doesn't work.
What? I don't know what I did. Okay, we're going to do the random.org. Okay, so we're getting back to this. We're going to pull all of our names from the Top Shot username before. Actually, we're going to use Twitter usernames.
So we have a history of technology failing us on this show. Things are perfectly queued up, and then the second we're on live, things just fail. It's Murphy's Law. So this is
That's
par
okay.
for the course around here.
While we're going through this, though, some interesting stuff here. As you read through this LaMelo Ball thing, too, I wanted to figure this out. LaMelo will be randomly distributing 500 NBA game tickets across the entire 10,000 LaMelo Ball collection.
Yeah.
So, like, that's legitimate numbers here. We're not talking
it's
like
not
a couple of
insignificant.
tickets here or there.
You're going to get autograph stuff, tickets, potentially. That's amazing. That's awesome.
That's the cool
Hopefully,
thing
yeah,
that
it's
they're
gonna be
doing
dope.
is they're linking a lot of IRL, real life benefits.
In real
to
life
it,
stuff. Yeah.
other than strictly, NFT community based value, because like Plunge hinted at earlier, LaMelo Ball's got a ton of followers on Instagram and on Twitter and stuff, but there's not really like a combined community really that can lift up a project like this all by itself, just like out of thin air. And
doesn't work that way.
attaching a lot of things that are easily relatable and intangible, frankly, is like a clever, I don't know if it's super clever, like it sounds pretty straightforward, like give people free shit and they might read deeper into your project, but it's at least like trying to be kind of innovative versus just saying, hey, I'm LaMelo, I'm cool, buy this digital thing of me, and
There's
it's
some
going to
actual thought here.
Yeah,
There's
there
some
is.
actual thought here.
There is.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I did, I pulled everybody that entered the form. So we're going to use the form thing. Sorry for the retweets. If you retweeted and didn't enter the form, you didn't follow the directions anyway. So what we're going to do, we're going to randomize this. The first three names: Red Mars, Blue whatever it's called.
Perfect.
Blue Neptune, and then Silver Moon. So the third person on this list is getting something that's worth like $2,500. Okay.
Ooh.
So
yeah.
we're going to randomize this.
Very cool.
All right.
So Dave Hornan, you get it had spaces in it. So you get the Red Mars. Tavian Blaze, you get the Blue Neptune. And Wolf Dizzle 7, which is a great name. And I love that.
Well deserving name to win silver.
So we can stop sharing my screen. Those will be the three. I will reach out to you individually on Twitter. You had to have, gotten on Twitter, or I'll figure it out if Top Shot or whatever. if your name is one of those three, I will reach out to you. I'll connect you with the folks at LaMelo's on LaMelo's project, and we'll get you, if you already have a MetaMask set up, we'll get you airdropped one of those NFTs that corresponds. If not, then we'll work with you to set up one so that you can have it, and it'll be your introduction to Ethereum based NFTs that aren't Top Shot. So
congrats.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks
Well
for
done.
letting me do that, guys.
No,
That's
thank you for doing it. Thank you for coming on our show. Thank you guys for hanging out with us at the Open Packs, and then co-streaming as well. And
Heck yeah.
that was amazing. And then giving away 3 LaMelo NFTs. That was incredible. And I think I appreciate you explaining it really well too, because I didn't really know any details about his NFTs. So that's really, really cool. I appreciate that.
It's really easy. I think we get all, at least for me, I see a lot of things across the Discords that I'm in and Twitter and so forth, like all these different NFT projects, and a lot of them look the same. And we get into a rut of like assessing them similarly. And my first inclination when I saw this thing was like it's the same thing. Like it's Damian Lillard all over again. Damian Lillard wants to come in the plunge in. We want to talk about it. Like, cool. Like that's great, because guess what? That means you're engaging with the community. Like, didn't happen.
Right. It makes you wonder how much like Damian Lillard was actually like really involved.
Someone pitched him the idea and said, hey, we can make you X number of dollars. And maybe that happened here too, but like he's bought into it and he's engaging, which is cool. So if you're looking at Top Shot as a means to like access people and players, like guess what?
This is a good example of it.
This is a good example of how it
example.
works.
And this is an example of community, like you talked about. Like, and I think this is across the board, not just NFTs, just in general. If you want a following on social media, if you want a great YouTube channel with great content and great fans, and you want people that are actually like engaged with what you're doing, it starts with the bottom. The base of this all is you have to have a community that's behind you.
Right.
And like you see these like hyper focused companies that have huge communities behind them, and they do better than a lot of their competitors because of that reason. And I think that's why the NFT space, like you see Gary Vee really put effort and energy into it, figure out what he wants to do.
100%.
LaMelo, same thing. Insert yourself into the community. That's ultimately the easiest and the best way to make something that is long lasting, that people want to be a part of.
For
Well
sure.
said. Shout out to
100%.
Alex Kirk, former NBA big man Alex Kirk. He's in the comments here. Said great
Hey,
show.
yo.
What's up, Alex?
Cool.
Thanks for watching. So, I did want to say, I think this could be, we talked about kind of how in the future we could see Top Shot have those kind of IRL perks where you go to a game and you get special moments, you get season ticket discounts, you get merchandise that other people don't get. I think that's absolutely something that the NBA and Top Shot want to do. We kind of talked about that with Jacob when he was on the show, and he had some really actually cool ideas for things they could do down the road. They were all just hypothetical. They're not things that they're actually working on, but just ways that they can, continue to have that partnership and do some awesome things. So I think that's definitely coming. Mark Cuban, when he was on with us too, he kind of said the same thing, that in the future they want to have a lot of really cool things and season ticket holders, things that they can get, have those in real life perks for people that have a ton of Dallas Mavericks Top Shot moments, for example. So yeah, I think it's a great example of that too, where, it's not just this NFT that you have, which is already pretty cool. You have all these other autographs, tickets, things like that come with it. So hopefully we see more of that in the future too from Top Shot and the NBA.
Perfect.
Yeah, 100%.
So with that, before we dive away, so we like to go long because I ramble. You've gathered that.
We all ramble. I
I must say, we all do.
So
I thought
so we're on your StreamYard, which is broadcasting to PlungeFather stream. We're gonna take after we're done here, just for everybody that's watching, in my Twitch right now, we're going to take a 5-minute break so I can use the bathroom. We're going to hop right back in, and we're going to go for the after party in the plunge-in. And Chugs and I are going to talk about all this different stuff. We're going to talk about Bored Apes. We're going to talk about the LaMelo NFT. We're going to talk about the Zed Run drop today. We're going to bring in Quadzilla and JVB and a couple other folks, and we're going to crack LaMelo, like the challenge rewards. There's a couple folks from the Discord that are going to come in and open their challenge reward. So we got a lot more stuff to do.
there's still a number one left.
There's
right?
still there.
LaMelo
And-
Cool Cat. So maybe
if you want to stick
it'll
around,
be live.
yeah, we could crack the number one live. And I have a couple more of the LaMelo NFTs to give away. So if you want to
Oh.
stick around later, come back and do
My
the Twitch stream. And I've also got a pack to crack too. So we've got some stuff to give away in there. So stick around. I know that not everybody can spend 3 hours on Twitch on a Thursday night, but for anybody that's there, and for anybody that won't be able to, we'll still use the Google form to do most of the giveaways, but some for the Twitch chat as well. So after we're done here, we'll break for 5 minutes and come back into the Twitch channel for my PlungeFather.
So anyone that's watching on YouTube or Periscope or anything like that, or Facebook, go to Twitch, go to PlungeFather, watch the after party. I also put it in the comments here so people know where to go. So go to PlungeFather's Twitch channel. They're going to give away more of those LaMelo Ball NFTs. They're going to be doing a ton of fun stuff over there. So definitely click out of here now and go right over there. And we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And that sounds like a ton of fun. This is
awesome, man. We'll do more of this because I really like talking with you guys. You have your heads on straight and you're genuinely good dudes. And I like talking with genuinely
what he
good
said.
dudes.
No, this was amazing. Yeah, we definitely have to have you guys on again. This was so much fun.
For sure.
And you guys are great too. So thank you for doing this. Thanks for the giveaways that you guys brought to the table as well. And it was a great conversation too. I love just talking Top Shot people. So I could do it for hours. But yeah, thanks so much for your time. And everyone, go to the PlungeFather Twitch channel now.
We'll be live in 5 right after this, and I think it actually will also be broadcast on my YouTube. So if you're not a Twitch native,
there you go.
On YouTube, it'll be on the PlungeFather YouTube. So YouTube.com/C/PlungeFather or whatever. But it's there.
Perfect.
So
cool.
Anyway,
thanks for your time, guys.
Yeah,
we'll be back next Thursday. Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good day.